it hit me. I said, hey, I think we're dealing with a sister here. The killer sounds like a black woman to me.
I mean, when you saw the shea butter, though, you should have known. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and this is Swarm episode 6. If you need to catch up some of the previous episodes, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description. This review is sponsored by the Geekish Network, and I have one of the most incredible members, starters, founders of the Geekish Network. And my man Chuck, tell the people what's going down.
What's going down, people? What's up? What's up? What it do?
I'll tell you what it do. This madness, incredible piece of artistry we've been bearing witness to. It has been something. It is definitely thought-provoking.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mind is still just going through what we watched earlier.
Yeah.
And what the last episode, like, where's this going? That's what has me more boggled. Where is this going?
Yes. And we are going to find that out really soon. So without any further ado, let's get started.
One fan has been so abusive to this reporter that she's obtained a court restraining order, keeping him away from her.
Suicide. And then
Andrea Greene falling through the cracks.
My name's Major Loretta Greene, and I'm a detective with the Memphis Police Department.
This is like a CSI kind of thing.
Yeah.
Working and being
Full
their mama
definition,
full-time
bright
is
colors.
hard, but it's worth it. Police work is my calling, but family is everything. You know that Whitney song, If Six of Y'all Went Out? Lighten up, I'm just asking. You can't be too careful.
Dang.
Can I see the pictures?
Dang.
Hey now.
Hi, how you doing?
First 48. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And I'm only 25 years old.
You're 25?
Nah, she just talking.
I knew it.
Mama?
Wow.
Is that what that was?
It
I
all
couldn't
started
tell.
with junk
Does
food,
it-
believe it or not. Alibi was tight. So I went back to the evidence. There had to have been something we missed.
Junk food.
All that stuff is regular in my house. But Miss Day was white. I've never met an old white woman that ate hot Cheetos. Definitely never seen a white woman in a bonnet. Well, okay. Miss Dorothy's got soul, I guess. Whoever this murderer was stayed a while. 8.
8 greens?
It hit me. I said, hey, I think we're dealing with a sister here. The killer sounds like a black woman to me.
I mean, when you saw the shea butter, though, you should have known.
About 5 months later, I stumbled on a case out of Fayetteville. It seemed pretty straightforward. She was mad. Eventually, she told me there was another girl there who hung the rest of them out to dry. When we found the car, we took photos. It was stolen from out of state.
Nothing. Captain D's and Popeyes. Goodness.
All junk food.
Carmen.
There's similarities in all these cases. Serial killers are rare.
They finally said it. Serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like wishful thinking. Black female detective stumbles onto a black female serial killer.
Seen what before?
Black women falling through the cracks.
Wow.
So I was following up on it. The man murdered in this stripper case, he was supposedly a nice guy.
How does she type with?
It's mostly talking, I guess, but it's still rude. He definitely had some words for mocking her. This guy knew what he was doing going after her fans are serious. They call themselves the Hive because she's a queen bee, and they are quick to sting if they need to. They are merciless online. You don't talk bad about the queen. But Ralph loved riling them up. The woman in Arkansas, Miss Day, also not a big fan. Definitely in the hive. I just couldn't be sure if Ralph was her first victim. I had to find out who else this bee had stung. That was good, right?
Word.
Make sure you keep that in there.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
This queen thing is a cute nickname for some people, but for me, that's facts. Like, she is the queen bee, and we are her hive of dedicated devotees.
Wow. Was he just oiled up?
No idea.
We save seats when we wait for the drops. We share pics and exclusive info when we can, and we come try step for her, period. Just normal stuff.
That look like it says bee-hive in the back, don't it?
It does.
And would do absolutely anything for her. Like, I know I would.
Wow. I wonder if those tweets are real.
Not like murder. No, I wouldn't.
You have to think about it.
Wow.
When a young woman takes her own life and then her boyfriend is killed not too long after, a
Hey!
good
How's
detective
the spell, my
will
sister,
find
bottom
the
left corner?
connection between
Yeah.
the two. Murder series?
It took me a second to figure out that they're using characters to portray this, quote, real people. Yeah.
But a suicide and then a murder? That's motive. Good for nothing.
Oh, wow.
We need to meet the Jacksons.
See what mom and dad gonna say after we just got done watching that last episode.
Listen to the
You have a
camera.
lovely home.
It's definitely a lot of house just for me. And here we are.
The recreation is so meta.
I really believe it was for her and her roommate. But I gave it to her anyways. Would you like some lemonade?
That's a whole different house.
Yeah, I mean, nothing is the same. Yeah, all of it is a recreation of everything we just got done watching.
This is a handsome man. Is this Mr. Jackson?
Harris.
I'm like, that ain't Leon.
Is this her friend Dre? I saw her in some photos with Marissa. I was hoping I could talk to her. Were they close?
Andrea was a foster child that Harris and I took in.
Okay.
God, the parents, they didn't press charges.
The Jacksons got rid of Andrea. Shortly after that, it was quick, and I don't know, but I got back to 8th grade and I never saw her
That
again.
faded picture when it was halved. Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. That girl was messed up.
Do you think Andrea is dangerous?
Dang, she had to pause.
Yeah. It's cut.
We can only do so much as mothers.
I should have never left her. I should have never let her leave.
Honey,
That's crazy. She lost son, daughter, and husband. Goodness.
Yep.
good cop, quiet cop. Not a cop, but maybe I can deputize you.
She doing the most right now.
Killing it. Jeez.
And I don't know what has happened to her since or why y'all are here, but I'm not gonna help you judge her for something that you couldn't begin to understand.
Miss Kirby, please.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
She's gonna look at him like doing. Mm-hmm.
So drawn to her. I look at Andrea's face. Sometimes I see nothing, and sometimes I see myself.
And that's a good family match.
Maybe at a concert, I could run into Andrea there. I better start saving up. Those tickets are not cheap.
Mm.
Everybody here thinks I'm
Man,
looking at it
Lauren's on
wrong,
stage.
but I've combed her socials. I know it's her, but no one believes me.
You saw the chain that said 444 on it?
Yep.
Fill in the gaps. I told them to hold her. Hopefully she doesn't make bail before I get there.
Do you think there are more murders out there?
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
8 murders, one of the most prolific female serial killers. So we jumped into the world of super meta. So we had a fake documentary style police show, you know, kind of like there's these things are super popular. You see them on Lifetime Channel, USA, Discovery Channel, whatever. There's a whole bunch of those things. They do like these crime solving things, and they had fake people to play fictional characters from fictional characters that are based off of real people that this is really kind of like happening to. Because from my understanding, it's like the whole project itself is loosely based off of several real life events from people that have just like gone overboard with their fandom and stuff. And so I don't know exactly what cases these are following, but from my understanding, it's multiple ones. It's not just one in particular. So this is like loosely based on a true story. So we went into the metaverse. We went
meta.
Yeah, it got
meta of meta.
Yeah. Are we surprised though? Really? We're not really surprised that we're going all these different routes.
Space of the meta space.
Did you enjoy it? Were you entertained?
Yes, this is very entertaining. Like, I'm like, wow, this is impressive. This is impressive storytelling.
Yeah, definitely. I think I needed this bit of a change up in the mix up because we've been so on the dark path, just going down this rabbit hole of Dre, and then we finally like kind of go up for air, and then we kind of like have this fun little thing that they're doing.
This feels like I've never rooted for a cop to solve the case. A black woman to solve the case.
Yeah.
Stop this crazy person.
She's on a roll.
Mad person.
I love the blending of the real world issues, turning them into entertainment, and then using, you know, this meta space in order to continue storytelling. We've seen this before. In Atlanta, they did an episode that was making fun of BET in their talk show regarding Paperboy and how he thought about kind of like social issues, and it was really like tongue in cheek. Yeah, right. It was really tongue in cheek, but it was really like revealing regarding like, you know, the concepts, higher level concepts in this sandbox, I guess, that we're all kind of like playing in. I feel like you have to keep in mind, like these are our first reactions. We haven't really had time to process any of this stuff. So we're looking like, you know, got that puzzled look on our faces because we're still trying to process what the hell we just got done watching. Great choice. This was done by Stephen Glover, I think that's his name. And I'm not sure what his relation is to
that's Donald's brother.
It is Donald's brother. So Stephen Glover. It was really well done. It's such a big contrast from what we've been seeing. Like before, we mentioned earlier in earlier episodes, it felt like an old like 80s kind of horror film, standard def, real grainy film kind of thing. And this was the exact opposite. It's full blown HD. The colors are big, bright, and vibrant. The acting was like overdone on every part, just about, except for like maybe the interview with the mom. The only thing that kind of threw me off, and maybe they said it in the beginning and I just missed it, is where are we in time?
It's like we're in front of time, like we're way ahead now, because the father died.
Yeah, the father's dead. There wasn't any mention to the brother that had passed either, and I'm pretty certain I could have swore the father had said something in the previous episode regarding like after the brother had died or whatever it is.
Yeah, she showed up, the foster child. Right. She got a lot of information dumped this episode.
Yeah.
Like as the cop was discovering, we were discovering.
Yeah. And then there was a different city. Like I don't remember us visiting Little Rock before either. That's kind of new. Then we had some other new information that wasn't in the timeline. And that is somebody running up on the stage of the concert. Then they thought it was a boy.
Yeah.
Then Dre changed the look completely again. So I want to see, you know, how they wrap this up. We only have one more episode, right?
Yeah.
I feel like she's on the loose and on the run, right? Oh my gosh.
It's the episode nobody died in.
Yeah. First episode.
And it feels like a relief on me. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Man, they're killing somebody every episode, multiple people. And this one was like, oh, I feel relieved.
Yeah. So my question to you and everybody that's watching too, and you can answer this in the comments. When did you realize that this was a recreation? It took me a second. I didn't get it immediately.
It took me a little second. When the mother popped up, when the fake mother popped up in the fake house.
Yeah. You know what threw me? Because they've said previously in the show, in the original, in the previous 6 episodes, that this is a work, this is a true thing, and this, they had the little disclaimer that they have before every single thing.
And this disclaimer,
and they had the disclaimer too as well, which is right on brand, but it was a little bit different. So I wasn't expecting like a picture-in-picture kind of thing. Like I wasn't expecting this, and it took me a second because I'm like, who are these people? None of these people look like any of the people that we're talking about. And then it hits me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, we're being messed with. Yeah. I mean, they got me pretty good for a second.
I didn't realize until I saw the mother.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay.
Well, when they talked about Marissa's boyfriend, and I was like,
yeah,
that
and he
wasn't
wasn't
him.
the same person.
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah. It's like, wait a second. That's and the girl that got I didn't realize like the very first murder that put her on the track on pace was some old lady who was, and then I guess Dre was living in her house, shea butter, eating collard greens in the fridge.
Everything. Ate the food, stayed there a while. And had junk food everywhere.
Junk food everywhere. Now, if I remember right, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember that murder being talked about previously.
Didn't talk about that murder at all.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that's why it kind of, I was like, but that's what kind of threw, that had me believing that it wasn't a joke per se. This isn't a joke, but I didn't see the artistry because we didn't discuss that before. So it's just brilliant. It's just, they did a really, you know
that she murdered Marissa.
Yeah. You know what? There was another instance when Donald Glover did on the last season of Atlanta. He did one that really had people scratching their heads on the authenticity of it, and it was with the story of Goofy. I forgot the name of it. Mm-hmm. The Goof in the Corner, I think. The Goof who sat by the door.
By the door.
That's what it was. And it was done so well, I promise you, like that first 24 hours on Twitter, people were really like, was this a real story? Like it really threw people. People really thought there was a black CEO of Disney. Mm-hmm. But that's how well it was done. I feel like this is on that same level, of kind of like of some interesting kind of misdirection through the storytelling. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Well done. Anything else you wanted to bring to the table real quick?
Man, I just can't wait to get to this last episode to see what happens. I've never been so amped about something. I've been so relieved that somebody's going to get this girl. Yes, I've never wanted a girl gotten so bad.
Somebody got to do something.
Somebody got to stop her.
I'll tell you what y'all got to do. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying this conversation. And of course, this has been sponsored by the Geekish Network. I am just so happy and proud to have you on here, Chuck, because the Geekish Network is something that I believe in. It gives people that look like us a platform to talk about, beautiful geek, nerd, video game, everything you could possibly think of from the perspective of a person of color, man. Can you let them know exactly how they can get in contact with you?
If y'all want to watch any good shows on the Geekish Network, that's Geek Beast, Pod Squadron, and Binge Worthy right now. And we're going to bring on a lot more shows in the near future. You can tune in at youtube.com/@the-Geekish Network or Twitch, the Geekish Network. Or you can follow us on our socials, Geekish Network on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere there are socials right now.
Hey, there you go. Don't worry if you can catch all that. There'll be a link in the description that you can get to. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all go because I need to process this. I know y'all need to process this, and we will catch you on the next episode.